I can hear you, but I can't see you right now. I'm on YouTube. Give me a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Okay, I can see the channel, but I can't see myself on it. Okay, I can. All right. There we go. Perfect. I can see many people on the chat right now. Even Poonam is carrying some things and everything. I think I've got to pin myself. Arey, I'm pinned only. Got it. Speaker view. Okay, speaker view. I think now let me go check on YouTube. Otherwise, बहुत सारे लोग दिख रहे थे वहां पे कुछ करते हुए. ओहो. अरे अभी भी ऐसा ही है. I can't understand. How is that?
How are
Okay.
you? Asha here. What happened to your video?
It is showing, I think. Ma.
It is showing, but it is showing 3 people or 1 person?
One person watching.
Oh, one. No, not watching. On the
Hmm.
screen, how many people can you see?
1 second.
Like there are 3 or 4, right?
We see you.
There are
We
about
can
See me
7,
and you
8
see me
people.
alone. You see just 1 person at a time, please. In this moment, thank you for whoever is answering about the recording on YouTube. Can you see me or can you see 4 people
Oh,
doing different things?
no, we can see you.
Oh, you can see
We
me,
can
is it? Because
Yeah.
on my video, it's really funny, but on my video, I see 4 people doing things. So I'm just laughing at it. Ki acha, sabka aa raha hai or something like that.
Strange. No, we
See one
just see.
frame. All right, perfect. Wonderful. So hello everyone, and now I can talk to you. There were many people who were saying hello in the middle and all of that.
Yeah.
We start off by saying hello to hi Nalini, hi Anita,
Hi.
Darshana, Megha, Ranjana, Asha, Navneet, Sana. Hi Poonam and Deepa and Reena and Kalpana and hello Parinita, Surendra, Shobha. Hi Sudhakar, good to see you. Hi Jyoti, Ritika, Amit, Soumya, and who else? Gitanjali. And now the screen is all Gadmad. Hello Shobha.
Hi, Meenal.
Sejal and Mayuri and Ritu and Shubhra and Gaurav and Manjari and Prarthana and everybody. Hello, and Dipali and Jagmeet. So hello everybody and lots of love and thank you so much for being here. Hi Deepika, how are you? Choksi. All right. अभी आज लेट के नहीं, आज तुम लोगों का पार्टिसिपेशन का डे है. You have to be the oh hi Megha. I think I said hello, but no, we had conversations. Okay, so hello to everyone and thank you for being here. And जब कोई topic नहीं सूझता, so then Mani will make me do some fun stuff. And today is my day to enjoy. And today is my day to listen to stories from you. So it's December time. And even last year we had done this. पिछली बार इतने सारे लोगों को स्टोरी सुनानी थी that one session stretched and it stretched to like 2 hours and something. तो हम ऐसा नहीं करेंगे. हम आज का भी सेशन इसी बारे में रख रहे हैं, हम अगला सेशन भी इसी बारे में रख रहे हैं. तो जिनको भी कहानियां सुनानी है और जिनकी कहानियां पूरी नहीं हो रही हैं, चिंता ना करें. We will be back with the same topic for the next weekend as well. So that's how it is. And so here it is, an entire year gone by, and hopefully in greater awareness. Hopefully in greater awareness, हम ये बोलते हैं कि शायद हो सकता है कि आपको, क्योंकि आप रोजाना कभी ना कभी अपने आप को पूछते होंगे कि मुझे क्या महसूस हो रहा है. हो सकता है कि आप अंदर की तरफ देखते हो, एंड इफ यू आर लुकिंग विद इन, अगर आप अंदर की तरफ देख रहे हैं तो करते 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 उंगली कैसे ना कैसे तो वापस अपनी तरफ भीतर आएगी ही, और जब उंगली खुद की तरफ भीतर आएगी तो वहां से ही सॉल्यूशन निकलेगा. सॉल्यूशन इज नॉट फ्रॉम एन आउटसाइड प्लेस कि वो बदल जाए, उसने क्या किया, उसने कुछ किया या नहीं किया, वो ऐसा क्यों हो गया, वो वैसा क्यों हो गया. द सॉल्यूशन डजंट कम फ्रॉम दैट प्लेस. The solution always only is about yourself, your recognition of yourself, your recognition of कहां पर काम बाकी है. कभी तो हमारा अटैचमेंट्स पे काम हो जाता है, कभी तो हमारा डरों पे काम हो जाता है, कभी सारा काम करके बैठते हैं, all done, and then we find that we have a new set of expectations, and those expectations have come up. And now from those expectations, hurt पे काम बन जाता है. And now we are feeling hurt. So this is, गोल 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 गोल, दुनिया गोल गोल, चक्की गोल गोल, और ये सारे के सारे इमोशंस को देखना गोल 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 गोल. But it is not just गोल 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 in one same place. Almost imagine as if you are climbing a spiral staircase. Either you think of it as climbing or you think of it as coming down, but it is a spiral staircase. So wherever you are coming, for example, if today you worked on your fears and you released your fears and everything, and then the next time, you've released your fears, you move forward, but when you come back to fears, you're like, oh, I just worked so much on fear and I'm back to the same place. You are back to the frequency, but you are at another layer of that same frequency. And that is how we constantly keep moving in a spiral staircase. We keep coming back to those frequencies, but we are taking off another layer. I'm not being very particular on कि हम stairs ऊपर चढ़ रहे हैं या नीचे जा रहे हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि all of us have these, higher frequencies and lower frequencies. And to understand that each of these are simply experiences, and if I look at it कि हम नीचे जा रहे हैं, I'll simply understand that I'm going deeper and deeper within the self. If I say कि हम ऊपर जा रहे हैं, I'll simply understand that I'm going higher and higher in the frequency of the same emotion. I'm just simply experiencing a higher frequency. And what is a higher frequency? What is a lower frequency? It is the same. If I am feeling joy, joy is just a frequency. Joy is not a higher frequency and sadness a lower frequency. No. Joy is just a frequency. Sadness is just a frequency. Then what is higher and lower? Well, when I become aware of the joy that I am, that is when I am in a higher frequency of joy. When I become aware of the emotion of sadness that I am sitting in, when I am aware, it is a higher frequency of sadness. So even fear is a higher frequency when we become aware and aware of our fear. It doesn't mean that it won't come. It will come. We will quickly become aware. And from that place, the answers will begin to flow in. At what speed depends at the speed at which you empty yourself. तुम्हारा काम, मेरा काम सिर्फ खुद को खाली करने का है, और कोई काम है नहीं. ये क्यों हुआ, वो क्यों नहीं हुआ, ये काम है ही नहीं. बाहर की तरफ देखने का काम है ही नहीं. काम सिर्फ है कि कुछ दिख गया तो बस खाली करने बैठ जाओ. जो कहीं पे तो if you are feeling hurt, if you are feeling sad, if you are feeling irritated, if you are feeling angry, whatever it is that you are feeling, observe and empty, empty, empty. Outside, you will always keep finding reasons, but those are not the reasons. Those are the stories. And so when we look at stories, we never find the answer. Then when we look at stories, finger goes on him, Finger goes on her, finger goes on a job, finger goes on parents, finger goes anywhere. It doesn't come back here. So not looking at the stories, but simply looking within to see right now what has come for clearing. So anyway, so that was my prelude to all the miracles and everything. So I'm going to ask who is going to go first on their story of miracles and how their life has shifted from last year to this year, from last month to this month, whatever your pace be. If you don't say, I want to go, I'm going to start picking on people. And then you'll be like, nahi, nahi, mujhe nahi, nahi, main nahi bolungi, something main nahi karunga, something.
Me.
Yeah, like that. I like that. All right. So just a second. Let me put the pin on Abhilasha and let's watch Abhilasha. Yes, let's talk to you.
So, miracle story, I don't know where to start because I thought it's been 3 years since I did this workshop. And also the first 2 years was like most transformative. And I know the work is within, but this year, the miracles and the shifts and the changes have been like, I don't know, supersonic speed or supersonic. It's amazing where he took me, where you took me, and the space that you made me see. And the biggest thing was my father, my biggest actor, my father, who coming from Jan, he started losing his vision. And by March, he absolutely lost his vision. And I was still okay, looking within, releasing my anxiety. And then in April, he fell and he broke his leg and it got infected. And I was in a space. Suddenly, when that happened, I came back to a space where I felt कि ये journey फिर से नहीं हुई है, ये journey हुई नहीं है, हो ही नहीं सकता, because इतनी anxiety कि वो देख भी नहीं सकते, अंधे हो गए हैं और अब चल भी नहीं पाएंगे क्योंकि फर्स्ट थिंग वाज गैंग्रीन हो जाएगा. अब मैं क्या करूंगी, चल भी नहीं पाएंगे, देख भी नहीं पा रहे, चल भी नहीं पाएंगे, फिर क्या करूंगी, फिर व्हाट विल आई डू. एंड आई सैट इन दैट एंजाइटी, पूरा फुल ब्लोन brain, like totally dead, brain dead, like the brain dead nahi, brain so active actually in your
So
world,
active, not dead.
totally from the mind. कौन से डॉक्टर को घर बुलाऊं, कौन सा क्या करूं. और उसमें मैं बैठी 2 दिन भर भर के रोना धोना, एंजाइटी, हेल्पलेसनेस, एवरीथिंग. एंड अवेयरनेस आ रही है, रिलीजेस कर रही हूँ, पर हो नहीं पा रहा. एंड देन द थर्ड मॉर्निंग, लाइक इन दोस 2 days आई हैव कॉल्ड अप ऑल फ्रेंड्स दैट कोई है जो घर पे डॉक्टर आ जाएगा, प्लीज मुझे होम विजिट के लिए डॉक्टर चाहिए. ही इज डायबिटिक, हाईली डायबिटिक, I need a diabetologist to come, I need this GP to come, I need that. And everybody's sending me numbers, and whichever doctor I connect with is either charging like unreasonable amount of money to come home or is not even there, they're traveling. And then third morning when I wake up after doing all the work, literally attachment release karna and awareness aayi, and then suddenly the third morning I wake up in so much peace suddenly and feeling actually different. And I said, oh, I think calm ho gaya, kuch to hua hai. And a friend messages me just that very moment when I'm sitting in gratitude, and he says, oh, I know you needed a doctor, but I'm so sorry, I forgot to send you some names. Here is another doctor who home visits. And guess what the doctor's name? He was Dr. Money. I said, thank you, gratitude. And the space I sat in with my blind father after that, holding his hand, reading only books to him. I literally became a transmitter of peace to him. And I never thought that was possible, Mats. You know him. Hyper. I am hyper. He is 10 times more hyper, more anxious. And he just held my hand and I'm telling him literally money, money flowing. इस अंधेरे को शुक्राना दो, इस अंधेरे को शुक्राना दो. बाहर की आंखें ले ली हैं क्योंकि अंदर झांकना है. बाहर कुछ है नहीं, तुम सिर्फ अंदर देखो. सिर्फ अपने अंदर, सब कुछ अंदर है. And I kept him in that space. And of course, you know my story of connection with Neem Karoli through all of that. And literally, darshans from Neem Karoli and butterflies in his dreams. And every day when I would go, first I would be, "Acha, aaj aapki story kya hai?" He would tell me his darshan ki story about Baba, both the Babas, double dose, Mani ke butterflies and Neem Karoli. And then I would start reading. And I read books to him, and we sat in that space. He couldn't walk, he couldn't see, and he kept giving only gratitude to that. And whatever I was saying, he was following, he was guided. I was guided, or whatever I was saying, mani mani. Anytime he would say, आज तो मैंने, पापा कैसे हो, आज तो बेटा ऐसे शुक्राना दो, कोई कंप्लेनिंग नहीं, शुक्राना दो, अभी अंधे बैठे हुए हैं. एंड ही सेइंग हाँ 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 हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. I have so much gratitude for this darkness, so much gratitude for this darkness. And then
Oh my
we got a
God.
donor. Then we
Huh.
got a donor, and we go for the surgery, and the graft gets accepted in a week. We say, oh, very good. We come back from the hospital, and I mean, like, so much gratitude. Oh my God. And it's not like the movies that when you get a graft, you suddenly start seeing. It's not like that. It takes
No,
a
no.
while.
Yeah, it
So we
takes a
go
while.
back for a checkup. And the doctor says that sorry, but the graft has been rejected
Oh.
again. And anxiety and depression, and my father, and both of us sit in it. And again, the second day I'm back. I said, okay, किसी ने आपको अपना एक बॉडी पार्ट दिया होगा, उसका कुछ आपसे किसी जन्म का वो लेना देना आप खत्म. कहाँ कहाँ रिजेक्ट किया है आपने, किस किस को रिजेक्ट किया है, उन सबको बुलाओ, उन सबको शुक्राना दो. कहाँ कहाँ खुद को रिजेक्ट किया है, उनको बुलाओ, उन सबको. And he sat in that space listening to everything I said.
How
And
beautiful.
after 10-15 days we again got a donor, and today he can see. मतलब
Wow.
इससे बड़ा miracle
How
मतलब क्या हो
beautiful.
सकता है.
Excellent,
84,
excellent.
he
Abhilasha,
has
How
excellent.
vision,
beautiful.
and he can see. And आज भी बेचारे धुंधला दिखता है, and he'll say कि अरे मुझे धुंधला दिख रहा है, अरे धुंधला दिख रहा है ना, gratitude दो, gratitude for, like, literally. And I have no words. I have just no words. What you got me ready for. Because I
Beautiful.
know ये क्षण आना था, ये आना था, बाबा को पता था. But you and him got me ready for him, for
Wow.
Papa. Because Baba knew कि ये क्षण आएगा उनकी life में. And if
Right.
I hadn't been ready, I would have not held his hand the way I did.
How
With
beautiful.
so much peace and so much gratitude for just everything, Mats. I have like no words.
How
No words.
beautiful. How beautiful this story. And I'm just laughing क्योंकि उन्होंने तुम्हारी सुन ली. मैंने तो जब उनको बोलने की कुछ भी कोशिश करी, इट्स लाइक नहीं, तुम मेरी सुनो, मैं तुम्हारी नहीं सुनूंगा.
उनको सरेंडर में लाना था बाबा को, तो लाए, पूरी आंखें बंद करा के लाए उनको सरेंडर पे.
एंड मैंने उनको जब मेरे पास आए थे और सुन नहीं रहे थे, तो यही कंप्लेन कि मणि ने तो मेरी आंखें ले ली है, मणि तो मेरी आंखें ले ली है. मैंने कहा मणि को कोसो मत कि आंखें ले ली हैं. अगर मणि ने आंखें ले ली है वो इसलिए क्योंकि तुम बाहर देखना बंद नहीं कर रहे, तुमको अंदर की तरफ देखना, तुम देख नहीं रहे अंदर की तरफ.
और
तो
कोई और उनसे ऐसे बात नहीं कर सकता था मेरे अलावा. तो मुझे रेडी किया गया उस 3 साल में कि जब ये क्षण आएगा तुम उनका हाथ थाम पाओगी, बिकॉज और कोई नहीं कर सकता था. एंड मैं सरप्राइज होती थी, मैं ये 83-year-old बाप को क्या बोल रही हूँ, अभी ग्रेटिट्यूड दो, बिल्कुल कंप्लेनिंग नहीं, मुझे आपकी स्टोरी नहीं सुननी. It was literally you. It was literally Mani Vani coming out of my mouth, and within instantly he would say हाँ gratitude. कुछ नहीं दिख रहा, कुछ नहीं, अंधे बैठे हुए ऐसे ही, बहुत शुक्राना, सब कुछ बढ़िया है, सब कुछ बढ़िया, एवरीथिंग इज सो गुड. क्या ही बाहर देखूंगा, जो मुझे आज दिख रहा है वो क्या ही मुझे आंखों के साथ दिखता है जो बिना आंखों के दिख रहा है.
दैट इज एक्चुअली ट्रू, क्योंकि उनको जितने जितने दर्शन हुए, जब उन्होंने ये सब छोड़ा कि मैं बाहर देखूं, मैं इस बिजनेस का मालिक, मैं यहाँ का सीईओ, मैं ये, जब उन्होंने वो सब कुछ छोड़ा, जब उनकी आंखें बंद हुई, तो क्या ये दर्शन,
तो
नीम
क्या आंखें
करोली के
खुली
क्या
और
ये
क्या
दर्शन,
क्या
क्या
दर्शन,
दर्शन.
रोज
या
दर्शन, मणि के रोज दर्शन नीम करोली
मजा ही आ
के.
गया.
एंड जो वो नहीं सुनते थे खुली आंख में और सिर्फ बाहर की तरफ नजरें, वो सब वो उनकी बात सुनने लगे, उनसे सारी उनकी गाइडेंस से सारी उनकी टीचिंग स्पीच सब उसके थ्रू. It was,
So
I
beautiful.
have no words for that journey. Those few months where they took my father and where they took me. मतलब literally जो तुम कहती थी कि पीस एक अंदर है, बाहर नहीं, स्टोरीज में मत कूदो. जब सब कुछ बिखर गया था, लिटरली इससे ज्यादा क्या बिखरता, बिखर गया था सब कुछ. बट वी बोथ सैट इन पीस, इन पीस. सब कुछ बाहर बिखर रहा था बट हम बैठे थे शुक्राना में. पता नहीं ये स्पेस एग्जिस्ट करती
डंडा
है,
मार शुक्राना, डंडा मार
मुझे
शुक्राना.
नहीं पता था कि ये एग्जिस्ट करती है ये स्पेस.
How
बट
beautiful
थैंक
is
यू,
that?
थैंक यू, थैंक यू.
So much fun, lots and lots of love. Wow, that was just such an amazing place. That was such an amazing story. क्या ही मजेदार, कितना ही बढ़िया, कितना ही सुंदर. Wow. And then, you know, the story never ends, right? क्योंकि एक जगह पे कहानी कुछ, यहाँ पे ये वाला पार्ट खत्म हुआ, कोई और पार्ट आपको अंदर कहाँ पे देखना है वो शुरू हो जाता है. तो वो भी हुआ अभिलाषा के साथ. उसको और अंदर देखना था, थोड़ा कुछ और समझना बाकी था, वगैरह वगैरह. पर ये जर्नी ऐसी है कि इसके अंदर एक बार अगर आप चल दिए, ठीक है, जो भी दिखना है वो दिख जाएगा, और उसको दिखने के लिए भी माध्यम खड़े हो जाएंगे. whether it is me, whether it is somebody else, it will happen that you will be able to walk one step further, one step further. And at no place, even if you feel that you are stuck, at no place after this are you stuck. You are not stuck. जर्नी है, कदम दर कदम की जर्नी है. पर ये अगर तुमको लगे कि नहीं, आई एम फीलिंग स्टक, there is no
वो
stuck.
इसका समझ में आ गया. और जो आप बोलती थी नीड टू चेंज द आउटसाइड, that need has dropped this year, because anything that happens outside, कोई भी कुछ कह रहा हो. I had the worst fight with other actor. मेरे दो actors हैं, मेरा बाप और मेरा भाई ना. Worst fight. And he would call me every day and he'll say तुम बात नहीं कर रही हो ये वो. And I couldn't tell him that I don't want to, because it's not that in that space I just say nasty things. It's just that need to say कि तूने ये क्यों कहा, तूने क्यों वो किया, वो मुझे करना ही नहीं. All I did was sat and tried to go within and change that. Only that. Only that. Didn't the need to just make calls. तूने ऐसे क्यों, तू वो क्यों, ये क्यों हो रहा है, मतलब it's just dropped. It's just dropped. And I know there's no need. It made it so easy कि कुछ करना नहीं है बाहर का, जब शिफ्ट करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. That's what is the easiest.
That's the place where the peace is, and if you are able to find it, then it's the easiest. But उसको ढूंढने के लिए बाहर से सारी उंगलियां इधर की तरफ लानी होती. बस उतना ही काम है. कहीं पे भी उंगली एक बार छोटी सी भी बाहर रह गई ना, ये सब तो ठीक है, मैंने अपना काम तो कर लिया, पर अब वो ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं, वो उंगली फिर बाहर चली गई. तो बस
ऐसा होता है in this journey that you've shown us with such ease and grace. जब वो नहीं कर पाते, in my case, then he took me back to you. He always takes me for some trip with you. In some way I reach Bombay. कुछ ना कुछ कहानी बनती है, पर वो आपकी एनर्जी में मुझे ले आते हैं. And this time I was made to shed that also. That story also just left. And it was the most beautiful, beautiful moment again for me when I shifted towards both of them again.
Yeah.
And just dropped all that hurt and all that resentment. I have no words.
How beautiful. I like this.
I have so much words. Yeah. सब आधे घंटे बोल के
मैं भी यही करती हूँ, हाँ, कि मेरे पास तो बोलने के लिए वही 4 चीजें हैं, मेरे पास तो बोलने के लिए 4 चीजें हैं, चलो ठीक है, फिर 1.5 घंटा बोल लेती हूँ 4 चीजों पे.
So true.
रोजाना का यही हाल है, मेरे पास तो कुछ है ही नहीं नया, मेरे पास तो कुछ है ही नहीं नया, चलो फिर ठीक है, फिर 2 घंटे इसी बात पे बोल लेते हैं. That is how it goes. How wonderful that is, and what a lovely story of a shift. Wonderful. All right. अरे आज के दिन तो फिर मैं हर बार भूल जाती हूँ, मुझे टिश्यूज रख के बैठना चाहिए, because when you speak the story, there are so much of tears of joy and so much of tears of gratitude that come. All right, who wants to go next? Who wants to talk about their stories? कौन बोलना चाहता है? किसको पकड़ूं? कोई नहीं बोलना चाहता. अच्छा, फिर तो मैं ऐसे जाके और ऐसे इधर उधर ढूंढती हूँ किसको। चल रहे गौरव, तेरी बारी। गौरव,
And you, I knew that you would me out.
well, okay, I didn't know. If you knew, oh ho, एक तो मैंने आंसू नहीं ना बंद हो रही अभी. If you knew, then that's perfect because I didn't know. मैं ऐसे स्क्रीन पे गई हूँ, वहां पे तेरा नाम ऐसे जाके और तेरे नाम के ऊपर ऐसे स्टक हो गया. So you thought it first कि मॉम मेरे को बोलेंगी और हम बोल रहे हैं. And really, before you start, I need a minute. I really do need to go get some tissues.
ये अभी का काम ही है सबको रुलाना.
तू भी बैठा हुआ है क्या यहाँ पे? फिर इसके बाद तेरी बारी है, तू रुला देना. हाँ.
मैं वहां बैठा नहीं हूँ, ये आई है मेरे पास.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है, बढ़िया है. तो फिर अभी इसके बाद तेरे से सुनेंगे ना, फिर तू रुला देना हम सबको. आज की कहानी में तो ऐसे सब मजेदारी मजेदारी तो सब रोते हैं बैठ के, टीयर्स ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड. सो क्यूट. चल रहा है गौरव, तेरी बात.
Um, जैसे Abhilasha was saying, like I'll just say the same thing because this space which I'm in this moment is beyond everything. It is just space of being. So in fact, when you're asking me, मेरे को यही आ रहा था कि you will ask me to say a story और फिर it's like मेरे मुंह से कुछ और ही निकलता जाएगा, गाइडेंस निकलती जाएगी क्योंकि वो मिरेकल
तो
भी मुझे
निकालो ना,
स्टोरी
किसने मना किया? जो निकल रहा है निकलने दो ना.
बोलने तो
सुनिए हमें गाइडेंस बोलो.
तो जैसे the whole point is कि मैं आपको okay I will go into the story but अब ये realization हो गया है कि this is a normal life of synchronicities, life of miracle every moment. That is a normal life. This is how life is when this is what it is when you're in present moment. In fact, मुझे तो अब if there is a recognition of unawareness, which a lot of you might be knowing कि aware of unawareness या miracle नहीं दिखता, वो भी एक miracle है because it's such a grand illusion that I can't see it. Even I find that a miracle. Like just today I was sitting and I was just thinking about something. I was thinking on fear and suddenly this came that what is fear? Fear is an excitement, a form of excitement which is seen through the lens of belief of lack.
Wow.
It is an excitement,
Okay.
but you just judge that excitement. So you come from like वही बात जो अभिलाषा वो बोल रही थी that every day is like it has come to a point where this is a place of being. I mean, everything is accepted. If I am being, I am. So this whole existence is. So whatever comes is already accepted. It is so unconditional. Even my non-acceptance is accepted.
Oh, beautiful. Yes.
Everything
That's very
is accepted,
important.
isn't it?
Yes.
And
That's very important. वो part रह जाता है.
Yes. So you can say whatever you're feeling, whatever is coming, God has already proved it. It is approved by God because and your higher self because आप क्या कर सकते हो? Either you can reject it, that is accepted. You can accept it, that is accepted. You can release it, that is accepted. So universe, so this you see this now, this definition of unconditional love has come back with a new meaning that this is how unconditional universe is, that everything is accepted.
Accepted.
So what do we do
Acceptance.
what do we do then? Then we say that I accept this. It is the act of recognizing this acceptance, that everything is acceptance.
How
You
beautiful.
are accepted. Even your non-acceptance is accepted. It is just so beautiful.
And that
So it's
first line that we know, the first thing that we do in the positivity process, the first thing, accept that it just is. It's just an experience of sadness. It's just an experience. But even that acceptance of non-acceptance, I mean, these are just layers and layers which go
layers
deep.
and layers, but you just get it is not about now ki you digress a meaning of something, but it comes like it is just what it is, and it is so beautiful because in this place there's only one thing, which is love, which is this total unconditional acceptance. So I was just thinking today, actually, I just that line came to me like, it's like, and I was thinking about you, and these words came like, you are like this clear blue sky, and whatever moves through it is accepted, and it's not judged, whether it's the wind blowing through it or the clouds blowing through it. So I was asking myself, can you be the wind, be at one with the sky, just move through it? And sky doesn't differentiate with anything what moves through it. So does the wind. They are just being. So this is a place, and this is the place which is come with such ease and grace, because, and by what, just asking, what am I feeling?
What
And
am I
not
feeling?
only, there is so much grace, like it is just mind-blowing, because the point of even getting guidances and everything, I used to write so much, and then the contentment, I've always shared that there was so much contentment, start building, and now it's just to a point where it's just love, everything is love,
How
because
beautiful.
everything is accepted. It's total
Yes.
acceptance. And
Wonderful. Lekin,
and now
I'm going to stop you here. Okay. I really do want to talk about, and I want you to share your story. जब तुमको चोट लगी थी, जब तुम्हारा
no, that's
पैर.
what I was getting to.
Oh, all right then.
So
See, intercepting each other with the same thought.
no, the first thing is like, okay, I mean, even with the story, once you, so I'll start on a work thing. What I've seen is, that we used to read these fancy things, and like Zen saying thing, I used to read a lot about it, that the art of achieving everything by doing nothing. And I never used to understand it. So now I'm actually living it. I'm telling you, the life has become, it is, I don't do anything. I just look within, and everything outside readjusts where I'm sitting. And I have known this truth now.
How beautiful.
Obviously, this is, I mean, there is, now there is, we're not going to talk about truth or lie, whatever is, again, it is all acceptance. This is my acceptance. This is how I live. When I've seen, even in work or every other place, I'm sitting, it doesn't matter how complicated the work is, how I first have the first priority, even at work, is also to look within. कुछ आ गया तो बस अंदर देख लो तुम. And it sounds so simple, but I'm telling you, it is just mind blowing. It's like living, that a game आता है very popular, GTA, in which you are the main character and you can do whatever you want. I'm living like that. It is like a video game now.
Okay.
अच्छा यहाँ से ठीक कर दो, यहाँ पे ये कर दो, यहाँ पे वो कर दो. But it is just like that because your world is reflected from
It
inside.
feels like some sci-fi thriller to me now.
Well, what do you think we are living in?
Yeah, seriously, it seems like we are master manipulators living in some sci-fi thrillers, and it's like amazing, this space.
Except that, what are we manipulating?
But
Yeah,
manipulating.
exactly.
We are
So
manipulating our own emotions and coming to love.
because मेरे को एक story याद आती है आपकी, and that somehow stuck to me, and I use that, and I tell that example, and I've used that, like वो अंदर चली गई है मेरे, every cell में. I remember you shared about a story where you said about, how you shared about your mother-in-law's passing away that day, and there was something you had to work on because somebody said something to you, and you said the moment she passed away, you looked for your diary, you didn't look for anything, you went inside the room and you were working on yourself, and the whole universe made sure that you first work on yourself at that critical
Yes.
moment until something happened. That
Yes.
thing, I don't know, that just got to me. Or that is how I sort of live every moment now.
Yes.
Kuch bhi ho jaye, somebody's thrown a nuclear missile, I'll first know
Look
what
with
am I
it.
feeling.
Totally.
And what will happen is, and this happens, and if somebody comes and discusses or takes guidance, and I tell them, and I've seen them in their lives as well, as just as an observer, that if they are working at that moment within, they get all the time in the world.
Yeah.
All the time in the world. Like, there is so much abundance when you are working on yourself, that
Yes.
you will not, you will, that there'll be all the time. It'll be like eternity
Oh.
when you're looking within. Because, and that's what another thing is, the lot of people I've seen, in fact, मैं अपनी बात ही कर लेता हूँ. I used to think that कि self love, obviously it starts from, acceptance of yourself, I'm awesome and everything, and then the deeper it gets, you see, किसी दिन आप unaware में चले जाते हो and you go into an emotional thing that, self love पे काम करना है सब. But the moment you think about any emotion, you're aware about your emotions, you are in self love, because you are thinking about your higher self. And that's where it takes you more deeper. That, as she said, it's like a spiral. You think we are looking for validations outside, that काम नहीं हो रहा, काम नहीं हो रहा, काम, but हो रहा है. It's just that you're looking outside for validations. Come back inside again, and it's going to adjust. Even if it doesn't adjust, it won't matter, because you don't experience a circumstance, you experience your belief about the circumstance. It is not
Yeah,
a
but
house or a car which will give you that experience. It's your belief that
how
something out
beautiful.
ऐसा होगा तो मेरे साथ अच्छा होगा, right? So even if we change our belief, say example about death, if we change this entire belief and we start celebrating it just as birth, so your whole experience about the death will change. So take this to every area of the life. Like, it's the belief around anything
Yes, yes.
which, and it's the game changer, and that's what
And
has
that's
happened,
what, so just to kind of, I mean, put it simply, it's the belief that creates the emotion in you. And the
Yes.
emotion is what we are watching. In all of this, the only one thing that we are watching is the emotion. But the emotion is, okay, if I have a bigger house, I will be more happy. And so you're looking at receiving an emotion with this belief. But if you just change that belief, like house or no house, I will be happy.
Yeah.
You just change the belief, and then you can get to the emotion right away. But the belief, we are always experiencing the belief, and we're always experiencing an emotion through our beliefs. That's why we say change all the beliefs that are non-serving. But yeah.
So and like the whole showdown this year, coming back, everything was in exactly 6 months ago. So I don't, a lot of people probably don't know it, or I shared it on the group.
Nobody knows it, so share it, huh?
Yeah, so I was playing cricket, and I was just doing some bowling, really fast bowling, and I stepped on my right leg, and the whole leg shifted, like knee on one side and the lower leg on the other side. The moment I fell down, it was like extreme painful. Within a split second, my body went on auto gratitude mode, and that was the most beautiful part. Thank you so much. And I was crying. I remember Agastya, my son, was playing with me, and he's looking at me because he's also seen me. And suddenly I fell down, and I'm just thanking and crying in pain. He's like, Daddy, oh money, oh money, oh money. What happened? Because he heard me say that. That's the first thing.
How
And
beautiful.
I was noticing myself in pain, and with that awareness that I have just gone to gratitude. And then usually, obviously, I sat down there, uh, for the pain to subside. It subsided a bit. I knew something has shifted, something has broken. A lot of things have broken inside. It's fine. So released, went home, took guidance. I was still flowing. I was in gratitude. And first thing would have been, rush to hospital, ER, this time, you know, took guidance, and Mani said, "Kahin nahi jana." I said, "Okay, nahi jana." And Shilpi was like, "Arey nahi, you have to go to hospital, X-ray लेंगे, जाना ही नहीं." So that night, it was a bit painful again, but it was beautiful because whole night I was just thanking my leg and uh, just gratitude to the pain. Or there was a lot of deeper understanding coming in, but मेरा ध्यान सारा ही अंदर था.
Mhm.
All right, so next day the guidance came like, go to your I think it was like, go to my chiropractor who I go to. I was like,
Mhm.
ये क्या thought? So I judged it at that time क्योंकि by next afternoon uh, thoda, like, it started, it was double triple the size. And so the guidance was like, go to a chiropractor. And it was he couldn't see me for another, another day or another few hours or something. Fir bhi, so I went to emergency.
Mhm.
I went to emergency till the time my doctor's appointment, chiro's appointment was at say 9 next morning. And मैं शाम को चला गया ER because I was working within, but मैंने कहा चलो चले जाते हैं. I was sitting in ER and no doctor saw me till late, and I knew what was happening. I knew it, you know. And then it finally, late at night in ER, doctor came and he said like, we are very busy, blah blah. So he looks
Mhm.
at my knee and
Hmm.
it's swollen and everything, and he's pressing it everywhere.
Hmm.
He said, "दर्द हो रहा है, यहाँ दर्द हो रहा है." I said, I have no pain. And he says, how is that possible? And I said, you're pressing it. Do you see me whinging? Do you see my eyes winch? Do you see anything? He says, yeah, that's quite interesting. He says, and then he's like a specialist in hospital. And he says, I have no idea what's going on. And I am going to send you to uh, to get the MRI done. And so you go to your GP tomorrow and get MRIs done. Now here at this point, I was totally, back within, like I was totally in another space. So wasn't even thinking about leg. And I'll tell later what happened, because this is what how I actually got healing happens, or it happens every moment. We just block it. So I went home. I next day, okay, so there was no resistance. GP ke paas jana. So I went with the flow. So I went to the GP. GP was like, okay, we'll get an MRI done. Something has happened, obviously. And so he said, MRI ka appointment milega nahi. It'll be another week. I said, okay. So he said, but we'll try it. मैंने कहा ठीक है, जब का you can get it after a week or something. He goes out, asks his assistants to look for an MRI appointment. He says, you know what? It's just really, you're really lucky. We have it this afternoon. ठीक है. So I'll go. So I went to an MRI appointment. वहाँ पे I got really, really scared somehow in MRI machine. I don't know why. I was not worried about the leg, but I now realize like whatever leftover fears where I got in guidance, that your fears are being released. I didn't
Mhm.
even want to go to the MRI machine. So it happened. So the doctor looked at the report, the MRI specialist, and she just made a really bad face, like a very sad thing. She's like, it's catastrophic. That's the word she used. Okay,
Wow.
see, and it was a big report, grade 5 ACL tear, so
Wow.
anterior plate ligament, if anyone knows, and both side ligaments, everything says everything is shattered.
Oh,
I said,
wow.
okay. मुझे कुछ नहीं हो रहा था, and I was working on releasing my fears, because I got in guidance की fears जो बचा कुचा सब है ना, ये सब just करते जाओ, allow accept. Okay, so next day I go to my doctor GP and he says again the same thing. He makes a grim face. I said, आगे क्या करना है, ये सब ठीक है. Then he says, okay, we'll send you to a specialist. Of course, you got to get a surgery done. I had already done all my work and everything. I said, whatever you say. मेरे मुंह से यही निकल रहा था हर बार, whatever you say. He says, okay, which specialist do you want? I said, whatever you say.
How
I trust
beautiful.
you.
Hmm.
Then is now here's funny. This magic is already happening. He says there's one really big surgeon here, Damien Smith, who does robotic surgeries, and blah, blah, blah. I'll get you his appointment, but you might get it a week later. I said, okay. I said, whatever you want. He goes outside, asks for an appointment. He says, strange. He's got an appointment next afternoon, next day. Said, okay. I had done my work. I was really like, wasn't even looking at my leg or thinking
How
about anything.
beautiful.
I went next day to doctor. Doctor says, he looks at me. I said, so surgery, right? He says, who says surgery? I'm not doing any surgery right now. He says, I'll give you 1 month for pre-surgery rehab because there's some damage inside it. We've got to make these muscles strong and everything before I open it up or whatever. So he gave me 1 month of physio to prepare me for surgery. I came back after 1 month. He couldn't even believe it, what happened to my knee. He says, I have no answer, but I have not seen this ever. My ligaments all repaired. Within 1 month, I was squatting. And that's grade 5 ACL tear. There is no solution in the medical science besides surgery. 3 months down, the physio is saying, my physio is saying this word. Now, it was first day she said me, I was like, I almost sat in, like I was almost fainted, and so much grateful I was. She said, I am so grateful that you are my patient because I got to see this magic.
So beautiful. Wow.
So this is how I see it. Universe was showing me all the gratitude reflecting back
So beautiful.
because that was in. I still
So
go to her.
amazing.
I'll go to 1 month or whatever. She always says, she said, I don't know what has happened, but whatever you've done, I rarely see patients like you. And the most beautiful part is the only thing I've done is I've done nothing. I'm telling you all, I've done nothing. She's given me some exercises. I do that. That's it. I have not put in. So the point here is I didn't put in any effort, any Google,
You
anything
didn't
I
put
could.
an effort outside, but excuse me, you've done nothing on the outside. You've
Yes,
done
everything.
all the work within. You've done so much work within. ये
And
उसका
there
ही तो
was,
नतीजा है. So
that's
beautiful.
what I'm saying. Like, there was no effort outside. There was no Google. There was nothing कि मैं ये देख लूं, मैं कुछ खा लूं, मैं ऐसे कर लूं. Absolutely nothing. I went back to my GP because he's now called me for follow-up, and he looks at me, and now he thinks I'm some Zen master because he talked about something and mere like Meenal Wani aisi nikli, and he was looking at me. You know what? And then you know what he said? He said, you know what, Gaurav? The only person who could do this is you. I just somehow knew. I mean, of course you knew it because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would come
yeah.
and much gyan whenever I see you. So surgeon
So
then
beautiful.
surgeon said that I'll see you in September this year. And so this happened in last week of May. It's 6 months now. I'm jogging, I'm doing everything. There is bit of thing, but I mean, again, that's physically, in the sense that I'm doing everything what I was doing
Yes.
before. And that's what it matters, because that's what abundance is. It is not about
Mm.
trying something to see how well my leg can perform, because that'll come out of lack. What I am
Yeah,
doing,
yeah.
what is needed, my leg is doing.
Yeah. That's it.
And then
जो चाहिए वो हो रहा है. How
exactly.
beautiful.
So this whole thing is like taken deeper about every, the whole course again in a deeper layer, as you say.
Yes.
अब समझ में आ गया, healing भी समझ में आ गई. Healing is every moment. Healing is all by itself. It's just we have to just allow it. वो
Yes.
उसमें जब दिमाग आ जाता है ना कि ऐसे भी इसको कर दो, वो भी कर दो. And then I went to him in September. He says, and by that time I was doing one-legged squats, and he says, I have no idea what has happened, and I don't want to know. That was his words. I don't want to know, but that's it. And that's what he said. He didn't have anything. Like, it was a 5-minute consult with such a big surgeon. He was like, I have no words. They
So
just keep doing
cute.
whatever.
No, so cute, because your doctor says, I don't know what happened and I don't want to know. And it was pretty much, it reminds me that this was exactly the same words that Abhilasha when she had her TB, lymph node TB or something, and when she stopped taking medicine and she only worked on herself, when she went to the doctor, and the doctor seeing the reports, he's saying, I don't know what you've done, and I don't want to know. And it's the fun part that they don't want to know, but it's all about the work within, jahan pe they don't want to know, because when you go into the medical system, it's just simply a reflection of your fear. And the doctors, largely, most of the doctors really do sit in a lot of fear. They sit in fear and they're projecting that, and you are matched to them. Unless it's this kind of a situation where Gaurav is projecting trust on the doctor. Jo tu bole wo sahi, jo tu kahe wo sahi. And then it's Gaurav's trust that is being reflected back at them. But otherwise, yes, always only work in the energies. And this is so super. So Gaurav, I kind of, knew some parts of the story and everything. I had no idea how the healing happened. I don't think we spoke about it. I don't think you shared with me,
No,
but I knew कि कुछ तो healing हो रही है, तो हो गई something or the other, कुछ तो हो गया होगा. And that's how it is. How beautiful is that story?
as you said, like even if let's not put eyes on the healing, like everything outside was reflecting the state. It still is, it's just, as I say, as Abhilasha was saying, some voodoo stuff is happening. Like, I don't know, there's so much. I tell Meenal, sometimes we talk and I'm sitting in office and somebody, if I'm in such a team, somebody's saying something and somebody says something, I don't even have to say something. Lord, my director comes and, people are just, mere tak baat hi nahi aati. Because what I'm doing is I'm just looking within. And that's what it is. You just keep staying in unconditional love. And that's what literally flows outside. So
How beautiful.
we just what I have seen earlier, there was still some parts of me, we used to look for validations outside in five senses, but once even that stops, it is just I mean, it's there are no words actually.
How amazing is that? Wow, so beautiful. And you know what, Gaurav, this story of yours, and I don't know why, but your name came up. I was just scanning and saying, kisko bolna hai, kisko puchna hai. But your story is just so important. And I didn't realize that you were taking a cue from there. Ki kuch bhi kaam, agar bahar kuch bhi ho raha hai, take 5 minutes to look within. I've always tried to do that for as much as my awareness can come in, even if outside, when somebody said, ki, if two people are in front of you with guns and killing each other, what will you do? I said, I will first look within. I will not do anything on the outside. वो मर रहे हैं, मार रहे हैं, कुछ भी है, ठीक है. Pehle, I am going to sit and look within. And it has been my experience that if you can bring that kind of awareness in, the universe gives you all the chances, all the time to change the outside outcome. Everything will hit pause. There will be silence. You will be able to do your work when you have decided to go in that space. Oh, well, all right. That was a wonderful story. And then a little bit more of magic that Gaurav is now coming and spending Christmas over here with us in Mumbai. That was another magical ticket buying that money made you do, because I wasn't even sure that I was going to be here in Mumbai for Christmas, but there we are. So we'll see you 3 days later.
Yeah.
All right then. Chalo, going back. I'll talk to Vineeta. Hey Vineeta, what's up?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, good evening. What's up?
I'm good. Normally मैं सुबह उठ नहीं पाती हूँ. आज मुझे 5:30 बजे से पीपी जाने के लिए तब से उठा के रखा हुआ है, because I was meant to be here today.
Okay, wonderful. That's excellent. So tell me, how is your surgery just gone, and how are things now?
Awesome.
Okay,
I
and how
just
was
wanted
your
to say
experience?
thank you so much. It's just I can't put it into words.
Oh, so cute, so beautiful. So
And I just
all
want to say to everyone that, you just have to have faith. You say, hold the hand. It's like you might feel, oh, he's not going to drag you. He's not going to pull you. He's going to carry you on his shoulders and take you where you need to go.
oh,
So,
how beautiful. How
so grateful.
So beautiful. So beautiful, your experience. And then for how many days you were sitting in some kind of resistance and some kind of fear and something or the
Frustration,
other.
anxiety, fear, resistance,
So,
entitlement.
oh,
And I
so
made
much.
the intent. I know I made the intent because I was talking to Kanika last June and मेरे मुंह से निकला because the doctor called with the date and I just had a panic attack. And I was talking to Kanika. I said, I don't want to do my surgery in this frequency. And he said, Tathastu.
Okay.
And the whole experience at the hospital was just, oh my God, it was amazing.
How beautiful.
Even though the surgery was supposed to be 1 hour, it took 3 hours.
Oh,
The doctor said at one point, I thought, like, oh my God, ये तो गई आज.
oh wow.
I said, नहीं, अभी नहीं जाने वाली थी मैं. अभी
Okay.
है और खाली करना.
So amazing कि मेरे को एक थॉट आया था छोटी सी सर्जरी
Yes.
छोटी सी
Yes.
सर्जरी है समथिंग और मेरे को थॉट आया विनीता जाएगी
Yeah, the day we tossed the coin.
नहीं विनीता जाएगी
उससे पहले. अच्छा. Yeah, so and then even the day we could toss the coin, you said कि नहीं, wait. I have to work on myself. What if you die? So I said, गई तो गई.
अच्छा I said that
मरना
is
तो
it I
है.
can't
Yeah.
remember I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember.
So I said,
Okay I remember
गई तो
कि I
गई. You
got
said
the
नहीं.
thought हाँ I
So
had
I
to work
said,
on
गई
it.
तो गई because I was in so much masti. I had done so much work already and I was ready by then.
How beautiful.
And then you said, you said, no, wait a second. And मेरे तो हंस के I said, कुछ नहीं होता, मर गई तो मर गई. You said, no, it's not the dying. What if you suffer and you die? I said, okay, तो वो होना होगा तो होगा. And then we tossed the coin and it came yes. And I called the doctor right away. And then the mass that came out was 2.5 kilos.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's why it took her 3 hours to, cut all the veins and seal everything and then take the uterus out. Yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
every doctor's assistant, every nurse, it was just presence. मुझे, I think 5 घंटे total लगे. By the time I opened my eyes, it was 6 in the evening. And of course, I was pumped up because IV and whatever they were giving me. But I still remember, hosh tha pura. I knew what was going on.
Wow.
Every person that came to my room, I told you, the first nurse who came and introduced you, oh, my name is Faith.
Wow.
And I was like, pata hai mujhe, that's what I was working on this whole time.
Yes, that's where the work is.
उसके बाद 2 दिन वो मुझे दिखी ही नहीं. It was somebody else.
Wow.
And nurses who came and told me that, we only work, this one nurse, she was so gentle, so kind. And I could just, every person he handpicked.
How beautiful.
And she said, I don't work on the weekends. I only work 2 Saturdays a month. But this week, I don't know, I just thought, okay, let me just go this one more Saturday.
Wow. She was meant to be there for you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, every single person. And पूरे 2 दिन, 2.5 days, whatever, I was, every person who came into the room, कुछ नहीं, वो कुछ भी बोल रहे हैं, मुझे नहीं पता कि वो दवाई देने आए हैं. Okay, now you need to go to the bar, now you need... मेरे मुंह से सिर्फ thank you. पता भी नहीं नर्स है, कौन आ रहा है. The सफाई lady came, she was leaving. आवाज तो निकल नहीं रही थी. Thank you. She came back, she said, do you need something? I said, no, I just said thank you.
Wow. So beautiful. The gratitude frequency.
Yes.
Kya hi to.
Yes.
How beautiful. How beautiful.
2
How
saal
amazing.
ka saga. But I know, and I just, that's what I said. all you need is full faith. And now I can see, when I look back, every single tiny, big, small, jagged, all the pieces are all perfectly fit together. This is how it was supposed to happen and go ahead. And perfect timing. I mean, people are like, all my friends, family, sub, like, mujhe hilna nahi pad raha.
How
And I don't
beautiful.
know if Sherry shared. So she said, mujhe guidance mein aaya hai ki I have to come and sit with you. And मेरी healing होगी या जो भी. I said, okay, fine. Then जब भी तुझे guidance में आए तो आजा. So I said, don't do the first week. Vipin took 1 week off. Uske baad you can take time off. She lost her contract and her job.
Wow.
Puri chutti. Told me, she was laughing. She goes, ये देखो पहले guidance भेजा. I'm renegotiating and now they're telling me hiring freeze hai. So Abhi, we are not going to hire you because it's December. I said, good.
Oh,
Come and
wow.
sit
And
with
now
me
she's
then.
free to come and sit with you.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I understand, and I understand it all the time, that no matter what it looks like, whether it looks bad, it looks good, it looks medium, it looks really bad, but it's all towards a
All,
purpose.
yep.
We don't understand it. And so the only thing that we can do is be in thankfulness for it. क्योंकि
And total
कहाँ जा
faith.
रहा है, कैसे खत्म होगा, कैसे शुरू होगा, कहाँ पे घूमेगा, कैसे चक्कर लगेगा, we do not know. And it is not our job to know. But as we keep
Yes.
moving along, as we keep flowing, the one place that we can be at is gratitude. Yes, we can
Yes.
be at fear, we can be at anxiety, we can be at worry, but amongst all of them, the one place, if you can choose gratitude. It is the
Yes.
best place to be.
And the other small thing, remember the medication?
Sorry, I was trying to mute somebody else and I muted you. Vineeta?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So remember the medication when we talked about entitlement, that it cost 500
Okay. Oh, yeah,
because
yeah,
3,000 ka tha.
Yes,
Then we did
yes.
that whole and I worked on it. So then I got the medication. I said, Leni to hai, so it's fine. Vipin said, it's okay. 6 weeks ke, we can pay $500. It's fine. So abhi December khatam hone wala tha. I said, ab itna sab ye ho gaya, my deductible is met. So get another refill for this medication. To mere aur 2 mahine nikal jayenge. So I can't move much. Abhi to he went. सुबह मैं नीचे गई कल पहली बार. There's a giant bag. I said, ये CVS से तू क्या लेके आया? इतना बड़ा bag, मतलब it's only 2 डब्बे of that medication. He goes, I don't know. They gave it to me. I brought it. So I said, okay. See, picked up the prescription, which print out देते हैं CVS में. He goes, oh, they gave you 90 days supply. I said, did you ask for 90 days? Because it's only 30 at a time. So he goes, no, I just called for refill and they said, come pick it up, and I got it. So they gave me 6 boxes, which is for 3 months.
Okay.
The retail cost is $9,000.
Okay.
I would have to pay, agar insurance charge karta to 500 into 3, to 1,500 I would have had to pay. So I said, kitne paise diye? He goes, $0. I was like, Mani ji, aap tamasha bahut karate ho.
लेकिन तमाशा पहले तुमको सारा
Yes,
दिखाया ना
yes.
कितने सारे
I
लगने
know,
वाले
I
हैं,
know.
कितने पैसे लगेंगे, कितने पैसे लगेंगे.
I know, entitlement. And the same thing, because tab wo dekh liya entitlement ka, and it is so beautiful that the surgery happened in the last month of the year.
Yeah.
And now, because it's going to be so much bills coming, but I won't have to pay much. Because andar jo kaam tha, wo to already kar liya tha, and I was prepared and ready. I looked at entitlement and, whatever, lack and this and that. And I was like, wow, it's so amazing.
How beautiful.
So amazing.
All of us and many of us who get stuck on the money aspect of it and keep getting stuck on the money aspect of it. Just yesterday, I was telling people, I said, it is not when you think you need money for everything, but you actually don't need money. You need the service and you think that money will get it to you, but the service will come to you. Don't be running after money that with money, I will buy medication. With money, I will buy love. With money, I will buy food. No, When food is needed, food will come. When love is needed, love will come. When blood is needed, blood will come. Don't take the roundabout route for running after money, because money will give you nothing. It gives you nothing. It doesn't give you any joy, because when you run after something, and then come to it, that running after it, it will keep manifesting. You will always be in shortage of something or the other. So instead, just simply release this tool called money, and then enjoy whatever you have in this moment. How beautiful, because that was also a part of the thing that Vineeta had to work on before she went into that surgery. So like, oh, it is this expensive and the medication is that expensive and all of that. And now she tells the story that after she worked on it, not before, after she worked on it, after she's like, okay, jitna hai, utna hai. Jitne paise hain, we will pay, blah, blah, blah. After she has come to equanimity with it, now it doesn't charge only that much. Now she's getting how many ever days supply of it without the money getting involved in it. And that's where the magic is. We change our frequency, and the outside shifts. We don't even know how it shifts, but it shifts. Wonderful. All right, then I'm going to talk to Megha. Hey, Megha, how are you?
Hello, Ma. Hello,
What's up?
everybody.
Yes,
I have,
yes.
Hanji,
Let's
I have,
just let me add your pin. Okay. Yes. All
yes.
right. Let's talk to you.
So my story is very similar to what most of the people, it's also a medical story. But before I get into it, I really want to share that over the last 1 year, I think I have seen myself becoming progressively happy and for no reason. मतलब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं पहले से बहुत ज्यादा खुश रहती हूँ और मैं ऐसा कोई स्पेसिफिक रीजन की वजह से खुश नहीं रहती। मुझे लगता है बस मेरी को खुशी आती है। द मोर आई लिसन टू योर मेडिटेशन, फॉर श्योर, मतलब मुझे पता है कि 15 मिनट की मेडिटेशन सुन ली, उसके बाद 2 घंटे की खुशी गारंटीड फॉर नो रीजन टाइप्स। सो इट्स लाइक दैट काइंड ऑफ अ शिफ्ट आई सी इन माई सेल्फ. And of course, awareness is like really grown. There is moment to moment awareness, sometimes there is hour to hour awareness, and the work is continuous. And the most amazing part is that now I see work being shown to me, like rather than, मतलब मुझे effort भी नहीं डालना पड़ता बहुत बार to identify कि क्या emotion है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि बस वो आया, emotion दिखाया और चला भी गया, दिखाया और चला भी गया. It's become very effortless with the passage of time. So that's amazing. And the story is more about, so last year in 2022 end is when, yeah, like I had been diagnosed with a couple of things. So one was some uterus fibroid and some ovary related kuch, some cyst in the ovary, which was quite a big thing. And also my right kidney had completely almost 85% gotten shrunk, so it had become dysfunctional. So at that time, only, I think you may not remember, Ma, but we had got to talk, and at that time you had been guided to by Manipar to tell me that if I remain in gratitude, by March it would be gone. The kidney thing would be gone. So I had, of course, at that time when you had given me the guidance, that is the very day or 2 or 3 days around that I had gotten this diagnosed, and I was already working within it. And at that time, I was in gratitude because I had messaged you the day this was diagnosed, and you had told me, work on your lack and see where all have you put lack. So I had worked on it, and I was really in gratitude. And after that, also, I kept seeing that I am being, while I'm consciously not uttering the word thank you, or being in gratitude, but I saw my state of mind, like subconsciously in my being, I am feeling so much more contented than I used to feel, or without complaints, so to say, than I used to be earlier. So that I saw universe taking me to that state of existence. And just last month when I went, so in between my uterus was removed, and all of that happened with total ease and grace. And I had kind of obviously been listening to your meditations, doing, all the releases. And today I know that the organs that have left my body, including the shrunk kidney, I feel so much gratitude to them. And I know that they were the organs that were carrying a lot of my lack, hurt, fear, and pain. And I know that, so I thank them today for taking that, the weight of those frequency, which I didn't know existed in me, but those organs took it, and I feel so thankful to them, that they took it with so much of strength. And then when last month I went for my checkups for my kidney, so before that I had got a little bit of pain in my abdomen, and I had put that story on Telegram also, that I felt there's a stone that has come on my left kidney. And then for that also I took guidance, and Manipa had guided me beautifully to take some homeopathy medicine. And when I went for ultrasound this time, they said no, there is no stone, there is nothing. And the the tests for the kidney are also very normal. So the left kidney is absolutely fine and normal. And the doctor said that these are the best results for any kidney patient. So nothing to do for the next couple of months. Just chill. And I'm not doing any परहेज, मतलब मैं सब कुछ खा रही हूँ जो भी। पहले तो मुझे डॉक्टर ने ही नहीं बोला सबसे, मतलब मुझ पे कोई पाबंदी लगाई ही नहीं किसी डॉक्टर ने कि ये मत खाना वो मत खाना। And the regular medicines that I'm taking, again with a lot of gratitude for my blood pressure and whatever the medicines are here and there. So that's my story of miracle. And
how
thank you so
beautiful.
much. Thank you, Ma, for
Wonderful.
everything.
So beautiful. And so here the story कि हाँ जो कुछ भी करना है, this has to be removed, that is to be removed. We could be sitting in so many different frequencies as we do this. We could be sitting in fear, we could be sitting in anxiety, we could be sitting in all of these frequencies and then creating more of the same. Instead of that, the story that is coming forward from all of you is that you were sitting instead in gratitude. And as we sit in gratitude, who feels lighter, who feels better, who heals most, who heals so much more beautifully? It is us only. So again, gratitude for everything that we understand, gratitude for everything that we don't understand. We don't need to understand, bas hamara kaam hai ye samajhna that the universe is playing in my favor. And so for that, for the Santa Claus that the universe is at all times, we say, thank you, Santa Claus. Bas, aur kuch karna hi nahi. How beautiful is that? Wonderful. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful share. And this also just kind of tells us one thing, that we think, oh, हमारे साथ ही बुरा हो रहा है, बाकी सबकी लाइफ तो ठीक चल रही है, this is my life that is not going properly. And then so Meenal says work on yourself, but I have so much more problems and other people don't. Everybody is going through something or another. Every one of us, every single one of us, including me, including you. And the work, whether we look within or we look outside, is the only thing that differentiates what our outcomes are going to be again and again. I say to people, I live in miracles every day. And people think, yeah, she lives in miracles, nothing bad must happen. And that is actually true. Nothing bad happens, because no matter what happens, I'm able to find something good in it. And so then it isn't bad anymore. So it's not about the classification of what is good and what is bad. It is simply being able to see, can I see the story from a different pair of eyes? Can I see it from a different pair of eyes? And can I be even more grateful for it? I'm going to talk to Sejal now. Sejal had raised her hand. Where are you, Sejal? Let's talk to you. Are you there?
Hi.
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Yeah,
What's up?
I'm fine. Everything's fine. I just have to share that, my year started with last December. It started with a very good role. The whole play was just based, the story was based just on me, and everything was fine. That was the that was basically the same time when my sister was detected with TB, and I had to work a lot on myself, not just in terms of getting finance because she was hospitalized, but it was in terms of there was so much of fights that I used to have with my younger sister, who with whom we are taking care of. From my family, she's the only surviving member, and basically she's a schizophrenic also. Um, I had been working a lot, but that was the time when basically it gave me major. Had this not happened, I think this whole thing about uh, I wouldn't have worked on myself, the way that things happened. So
Mhm.
apart from the releases that I did, with her and having a lot of gratitude, um, I messaged my cousin brother, who's my first cousin, and I asked for financial help. And believe me, it was something that I'm still in so much of gratitude. I don't think someone would have stretched so much, to give me so many lakhs of amount of money. And she came out of the hospital after 4 months, and after June we have been taking care of her. We have rented a apartment, which is just below on the ground floor, and I kept two nursing people to look after her, 12 hours ka. And 3 months I paid for the nursing, and later it came to a point that 66,000 or even more than that, about 90,000, I could not have gone forward with, because in the field that we are working with, it's not like we are always like one project gets over, then immediately you have another project to work on. So I had to work a lot. Then again, I had to stretch myself, um, with my brother. And I knew that this time it's not going to be um, as easy as what it is, because there was so much of fear, so much of lack, and so much of judgment that I was carrying. And I had to really work a lot. It took me at least a month and a half. Um, Money did not come in very easily, of course, because there were a lot of other factors that went with it. He said that, okay,
Let me stop you
mm,
here, Sejal.
yes,
Money didn't come easily because there were a lot of factors that go with it. No, there is only one factor that goes with everything. That's your programs, your beliefs, your frequency. There are a lot of stories that go with it, but the factor is only one. So money didn't come easily because of some non-serving programs that you might have. But I'll just stop you over there because the eyes are outside, that the money will come from outside for this purpose and it will not come for that purpose. And then we've got like this one will give, but that will not give easily. These are our programs about money and about the giver. There is nobody outside that is the giver. The giver is simply our frequency. So that's where you constantly have to work on to recognize your frequency and programs where you are stopping. Oh, my job is not like this, that there is constant money. That's your limiting belief. Okay. But anyways, we go ahead with your story for now. I'm just telling you where all how you look outside so easily.
so yeah, so yes, definitely, Meenal, I shall look into that. And
Yes.
so there were lots of documents that I had to give, because he would have taxation problem and all of that. So well, yes, a lot of gratitude again. um, he then started helping from last month, and that was my, that was the biggest experience that I could really vouch for, कि भाई इतना सब कुछ होने के बाद भी, again I was taken care of. um, Another thing that I wanted to say was that another experience that yes, of course, every time when there is work, you are like, okay, chalo theek hai, sab kuch acha hai. Then again, when there is no work, you are again into that space of lack and whatever. But this time, I was not in that space of lack, but I was in a space of that I want a very creative job. And I want something that enhances my growth. After a point, it's like you want to still do more, or you want to, enhance your skill. It's more about that. So I got an offer for a serial, and again, that also got me into a lot of lack and fear, because the role was good, the whole team was good, the production is good. They are basically from Gujarati theater, and I know that the script writing, the what do you call, the writer, the director, they all are like very, very, very creative. So I never knew. This whole thing was then later disclosed to me that I was the only one whose name was given to the channel, but there was no other option. I mean, it was like, ye role to matlab Sejal hi karegi. But I did not know that. I didn't know that. And just before Diwali, I was finalized. And then later, when I went for the workshop, of course, I've shared this with you also, Meenal. Um, when I went for the workshop, we had a reading. And in the reading, I was shocked to see that the first name that came of the mama and the mommy, so the mommy's, which character that I'm playing, the name was Mani. And I was so shocked कि अरे ये क्या हो रहा है? I mean, first it took me at least 3 minutes to even believe that अरे यार ये सच में ये सही में Mani ही नाम आया है. Though I
It was
mean,
so funny because you called me. So Sejal called me and she said, "Oh, I have to share this with you. I have to share this with you." And she called me and she said, "I've got a role. I've got a role." And can you imagine what the name of my role is? You know. And then she says, "Can you imagine what the name is?" And I'm just like, "Acha kya naam hai?" And muh se it pops out, Money. And she's like, "How do you know? How did you know that the name is Money?" And I'm like, जिसने तेरे को बताया उसी ने मेरे को भी बताया. But it was so funny because normally, like, I mean, I understand Money to be the name of a guy, but when she says, "What is the name? What is the name?" It didn't pop out as Meenal. Meenal Bain is a very common name in Guju, but the name that came to me also was, "Is the name Money?" And she says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. The name is Money. My part name is Money." So much fun to see the presence
and
everywhere.
yeah, and then when we started on the 11th of November, we started, first day was the day, where we started to shoot for the promo. Oh my God, I've never seen such a big butterfly. We all were sitting on the set before the shot would be taken. Such huge butterfly came and circled us. And at one point it encircled, me, and it just flew from my lap and it went away. The whole day then later I didn't see. Then there was Diwali on the 12th. 13th we started shooting for the serial. That again happened, and that was the day when my eyes were put on the set, because I had not really discovered what the set was about. The house is very amazing, it's a story from Saurashtra, and it has angan and everything in it. There was a huge butterfly which was there, a wooden butterfly in all colors, on the wall. I did my first rehearsal, and all of a sudden I just looked through and I saw this butterfly. And that day also, before the shot started, the butterfly just flew, came, encircled, and went away. After that, I've never seen the butterfly. Acha. Now, after this, Meenal, I had shared with you that, I would panic a lot. I would have anxiety, because there is a lot of activity that has been given in my character. Like, in the sense of, like, I go to the kitchen, pick up something, do this, do that, whatever. And while the dialogues are on, I have a lot to do. For a play, it's very easy because you're rehearsing for that, for a very long time. Here, there's a very limited time, and in that you are supposed to, like, really do so many things. So, of course, I would release my fears, for my line and my anxiety and my worry or whatever. But Meenal, after I shared with you that, I'm not able to remember my lines, the very next day when I went for my shoot, there was a 5 minute one shot take, of 5 minutes. And in that, it was just me who was saying everything. So it was not like कि वहां पे खड़े रहे तो वहीं पे बैठ के ही सारा काम कर रहे हैं. It was like I go to the kitchen, so the camera was then moving accordingly, you know. So I go to the kitchen. From the kitchen, I come, I come here, blah blah blah. Then I go back to the kitchen, blah blah. Then I go to the room, blah whatever. Then I again come to where the lead is standing. I tell her whatever. So there was so much of movement. Of course, my director was very kind, and he said that Sejal, take your time, do it, but I want a one-shotter. You won't believe, from the second shot, I was thorough. Of course, 3-4 rehearsals, and I was done with it. And that day, I felt so good, and I was so much in gratitude. The whole day, I was doing gratitude. In the night, when I told him bye, sir, I'm leaving, he said, Sejal, I have to compliment. It was such a big validation, though I never asked for it. But he was like, Sejal, right from the take 2 to the 20th take, you were consistent and you were the best. And I have to really thank you. And he has this habit of, giving a lot of gratitude to all the artists or after the shot and all that. And I was so happy. Cut to, ये तो चढ़ गई दिमाग में. Next day, I had 15 shots that I could not just remember 2 lines which I could not remember. And again, your words, started coming to my ear. So it was both like, acceptance of remembering and not remembering. After the shot, I went to the room. Of course, ho gaya wo. I did a lot of work on myself कि यार, हाँ ठीक है ना. And like the way that you said, ठीक है, अमिताभ भी भूलता है lines, तो क्या हुआ? And my director was so kind, and that whole unit was so good. He said, Sejal, it's okay. You're doing fine. Take your time. Just do it right. And I just passed that test. Of course, that day after the shot, when I went to the room again, I did the work that I had to do, all the releases, and even accepting myself that I am perfect and not perfect in whatever. I'm awesome and not awesome. Jo bhi hai wo. And it was a very, very good experience. So it was like, Meenal, I shared this with you, and immediately the experience was, it kind of showed up.
You
Both
shared
consequently.
this with me, the work happened, and the experience outside shifted. But then you took it on yourself. हम अपने ऊपर कि हाँ, I did this, and your energy did that because the energy was shifted. Okay. So the eye is always on the energy, is what I say. Eye is always on the energy. When we say I did, so when I take on I take on the credit, I also have to take on the debit. Okay.
Yes.
But when money takes on the credit, then money only takes on the debit. Then I'm simply the one who experiences, and I flow with the experience. So it's much easier that way. So when with you and your career, that's where the attachment is. That's where a lot of work remains. Even for looking outside, when you started, your thing is now I'm no longer looking for a job, but now I'm looking for a career advancement. Okay, fine. You shifted your want from something to another something, and the want stays. That's why I say that the want itself has to be released for you to be done with it. But you're saying, oh, now I no longer wanted a job, but I wanted something that was going to be more creative. But it's just that you want something. You still want something. Your wants are not coming to an end. And the wants and desires are still always going to come from a place of lack. So miracles will still happen. I understand that we all do work on the energies. And from the energies that we are working on, constantly we'll be able to see the miracles. We'll be able to see the miracles. But miracles are byproducts. I also want you to be looking more and more deeper. Even you're like, oh, I was asking for this, but I'm not asking for this anymore. That's okay, but you're still asking. Your want has shifted. And this is what I say. First, I want a house, which is 2-bedroom. Now I don't want a house. I'm done with the house. I have a 2-bedroom. Now I want a house with a garden. But you still want, you know? So that's where it is. You have to look at that also, and to be able to release it and be at peace. Be at peace with what if you never have a road tomorrow?
Yes, I shall look
I'm
into
giving you
that.
work for tomorrow.
No,
I'm
I'm
giving
going
you
to do
work for
it, Meena.
tomorrow.
Because that
Yeah,
day
yeah.
also when we
Because
spoke.
जैसे ही तुमने खुद पे काम किया कि डायलॉग भूल रही हूँ ये नहीं हो रहा वो नहीं, you are taking all the credit and therefore you're taking all the debit, and then that is what is giving you shame. And then you have to work on it, and you have to release it, and you have to be gone with the helplessness. Whatever the work I gave you, you did it. The next day the situation shifted.
Yes,
But
yeah.
we keep moving forward and forward. All right. Wonderful.
you.
Wonderful. So beautiful to hear. But I loved the fact that your character is called Money. And then now there is no, ki, Hanji Money Ben. There you are. Money Ben is right here with all of us. Wonderful. All right, people. So today, well, we are at 6:30 already. We put a pause to our sharings. And the next time when we meet, this is going to be, I'm going to pick up on more people. I'm going to pick up on more people. I'm going to talk to many more of you. Let's talk about the miracles that have happened in your life. In the meanwhile, today, just to end, a 2-minute meditation. Okay. Take a deep breath in. A deep breath in. And exhale. And as you exhale, simply as if everything, all your emotions are leaving you. All your thoughts are leaving you. You're only there, and there is my voice. That's all the interaction is between you and me. Only you and only me. Nobody else. Just you and me. And right now, as you take the next inhale and exhale, feel your empty self, no other thoughts. And now just bring this one word to yourself. Going by all of today's experiences, the word is easy to guess. The word is gratitude, thankfulness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to the universe for bringing to us a new experience every single day. Thank you to the universe for showing us every day what we are made of. Thank you to the universe for giving us so much time, so much space, so many opportunities, so many chances to change ourselves, to change our frequency, to change our life, to change our experiences. It never says to us, no, this is enough, this is your last time. No. The universe, always the giving universe, allowing us to move whichever direction we want to go in, and yet prodding us, pushing us to look within a little bit more, a little bit more. So thank you to the universe for taking us in a little bit more. Thank you to the self. Thank you to myself for all the lives that I've lived, for all the lives that I'm yet to live, for all the places and all the forms where I am alive in this moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Each of my experiences in every realm, in every form, in every body, each of those experiences of mine completes me and makes me the source that I am. It enhances my experiences. It grows me. I am the universe in that state, and I am growing constantly. Through all of these experiences of mine, I am growing, I am receiving, I am becoming even more, even more. More of this and more of that, constantly in a state of flow. I grow. And for that, I thank myself and I thank all my energies and all my experiences. I'm truly grateful for everything that is coming my way and showing me the path. I'm truly grateful to all the actors in every state, in every form, all the actors who are reflecting at me the energy that I am, making it easy for me to walk that next step. My gratitude to all the gurus who are holding my hand. These actors hold that special place where they hold my hand and take me forward, one step, another step, inwards and more inwards. So thankfulness to all the gurus who do this to me with love. Thankfulness to all the actors who have been given the roles of doing this, showing me the path forward, taking me ahead in my journey, but not with love. They too are simply showing to me all the aspects of my own self that I am yet to accept. The fear that still resides within me is what they are showing to me. The lack that I still hold is what they are showing to me. The frustration, the anger that I play in, they are showing to me. And I thank them for bringing me to this place where I know my choices are mine. They have brought me here. They have pushed me to come to this point where I know, I sit in the knowing that I am the universe. I am the universe. I am the entire universe. There is nothing and no one that is outside of me. I am the universe. I am the powerful universe. And the power is all mine. And the power, the greatest power of love belongs to me. I love me. I am awesome. I love myself unconditionally. And because you are a part of me, I thank you for everything that you do for me. And so I love you unconditionally. Every role, every actor, every mirror is me, and I love me. I am awesome. I am the universe. And I am thankful for being aware of that. Thankfulness to awareness. Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani. Okay, everyone. Lots and lots of love. We meet next Saturday again, where we will continue with this beautiful story telling. Lots and lots of love to all of you. See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Bye.